Game number 1 in the last quarterfinal of the Nexus contest. Denmark going up against Russia. So far we've actually seen a lot of sweeps in the round of 8, which, to be honest, makes me just more excited for the semifinals, because we're gonna see some very strong teams clash in the semis. In this series, Russia is definitely the favorite. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Like, they've been playing in a fantastic group stage. They're going up against Denmark now. And for Denmark, they're definitely the underdog. I'm not quite sure, though, how... Like, they might have a couple of strategies here prepared. And if you're looking at the map at this point, you already see that as Brax's holdout is being played and Denmark chose the map, they might have something prepared here. So that's what we're going to watch out for. We have in terms of bans, well, Anna's banned out, so they go for a banana strategy. We have Toranda eliminated too. So since they straight went for banana, they have now also taken away the opportunity for Denmark to play around any kind of Mephisto game with nano boost. That's actually something that Denmark has shown a little bit. So you have to kind of be careful of how you are approaching that. There's a lot of information out now for both of the teams. That's why targeted bans can be a thing. And with the support focus that we see from Russia, they pick Malfurion immediately as their first pick and make the pool a little bit smaller for Denmark and force them into the earlier Deckard Cain here. So Junkrat taken super early in the game. We have now Deckard Cain also committed to. Which means that we haven't really seen any offlane. And ooh, okay, a Nuburak and Malfurion. That's something that Russia has already shown very heavily in the group stage. So they're going into that initial, like the deep dive with the Nuburak, the roots on the ground, and then Li Ming trying to just get the full barrage of spells onto the single target and blow it to pieces. The Konkuna gauges that we've seen in the group stage from Russia were also very, very good. So this is something that could definitely now start to become a problem for Denmark. You have to somehow play around that. Genji, first of all, banned out, since he's obviously pretty strong in the rotations from the top to, for the mid to the bottom to the top lane. Can just like jump over terrain and swift strike through and then make a very, very fast 2 versus 1 happen topside. So I want to see what the bare bone of the strategy is that we are seeing from Denmark. What are they going to do here? I mean, Russia has another ban ready, and they could target the top lane, maybe. Zeratul. Basically, they're going for, let's eliminate all the shenanigans that they could possibly throw out here. In Denmark, time to shine. Gotta show what you got. This is the moment. Top laners, this is what I'm really looking for. What are the top laners for the two teams? The 4-man is going to be super important, of course, but I still am very hyped to see if we're seeing something crazy on the top lane. Yeah, that's going to happen. There's Greymane for the 4-man. And Murden, they're waiting with the top lane until the very last. Let's see if we're going to get a crazy pick from Denmark, if they're trying to surprise Russia somehow, or if it's going to be just a standard pick for them, where they want to be reactive. Denmark, on the other hand, Russia on the other hand, with Malfurion and Nuburak, pretty much standard style from them, very strong, very powerful, tested for a long time, and they go into... Tracer de Haka. Ooh, Tracer here is actually pretty good. Needs to be careful of Greymane. Outside of that, that's not too bad at all. Alright, Tracer de Haka. De Haka with the global on the top lane. And how is the Danish team now going to react? At this point, they're hesitating. I thought they had something crazy prepared and would go for a quick pick here. Not the case. Maybe Thrall against Tracer? Nah, Malthael. Up towards the top lane now for Denmark. Game number 1, the stage is set. Brax's holdout, map number 1 in the best of 5 series, our last quarter final. Well, let's jump in and see which team is going to take the lead in this one. Game number 1, Brax's holdout. Drunk Penguin for Denmark. On the left on Greymane, Monka S on Junkrat, Dizzy on Murden, Potato Girl on Deckard. And we're having Kopenhagen on Malthael. And on the right side of the map, Falenda for Russia on Li Ming, Kolya Martian on Malfurion, Mr. Banana Beer on Tracer, and Stalk on Nuburak with Toxic on De Haka. Pretty strong setup here for the Russian team. Looking very, very strong with this lineup, and the 4-man is super aggressive from them too. In terms of wave clear, they are maybe not quite as strong as what we're seeing from Denmark, but it's really the kill potential that shines for them. So they're going to try and just get those kills with the Anubarak engaged, the Malfurion follow up, and then a Tracer Bomb and Li Ming's ability damage. The top lane, still a bit hesitant here. Also, we're seeing from Muradin more sustain on the bot lane, so Denmark is currently trying to play this with third win first and foremost, so that Dizzy can stay a bit longer on lane with his Muradin and doesn't have to go back to the fountain all that quickly. Wave clear is still the big question at the bottom of the map, so the wave clear definitely better for Denmark by quite a bit here, but it's the kill potential that is really the problem when you look at Russia. Oh, nice move here by Monka S. Getting a bit of extra damage against Farlanders. Li Ming is already good. Dizzy with the Stormbolt attempt here. If Anubarak goes farther forward, then he's going to definitely be hit by that. And with the wave clear, we might see them also, yes, they do, commit 2 more camps. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Trying to get the camp here with Greymane, so that they can then go to the top and push this with Copenhagen a lot farther forward. Belthouse are about to spawn. Barnabia is already starting to move in. Copenhagen has to make that rotate now too. So yeah, they're going for Tracer. Stormbolt missing. Dizzy here hoping that rotation would happen there. And everybody is starting to come into the party. Junkrat is a bit late for it. Uh-oh, if Russia wins this, and it seems they do, Deckard Cain goes down. Tracer and Malfurion with a kill after a bomb, and the camp is stolen away. They get 1 kill, and it looks like they might get a second. Malthael is dead too. What a fantastic start for Russia. They sniff out the camp, they move in, steal it away, get 2 kills, and are now ahead in the game. They've also taken both of the beacons, so they're going to start to make some progress here. Top lane is recovered, but still, this is starting very, very rough for Denmark. Denmark is in trouble. Again, they are the underdog in this one. Russia has played a fantastic group stage. They were looking very powerful, and right now they're just continuing that trend. Tracer already up at the top side, trying to reclaim this one. They might get a few more points. Another camp now about to be taken by Drunk Penguin, but Dizzy is trying to make sure that they are not going to get too much progress on the objective. Dizzy with 3 stacks so far, missing a couple of Stormbolts here. Tracer is making her way back down to the bottom of the map to continue with the 4-man. But things are pretty tricky right now. There's Barnabia getting the damage in. I mean, the problem, of course, when you have a Greymane on the other side in the wave clear, and all of a sudden in the 4-man there's several heroes missing, you know that they're somewhere taking a camp, and uh-oh, Drunk Penguin, he goes down, and Barnabia, well, doesn't get any value out of the Tracer Bomb that he just threw out. But still, they got the kill, and that's all that matters, and they are now starting to just march forward on the objective. Up to the top lane, we have still the Haka facing off against Malthael, and Malthael is suffering there too. Both of them just going toe-to-toe the entire time. But at the bottom of the map, the kill potential we talked about is moving in again. Another kill. Muradin is dead. And yeah, you don't need wave clear if you just kill them the entire time. Tracer is now helping out top side. Malthael still doesn't know that, but he has to be careful. He's actually trying to go for the globe first, but if he doesn't see Vanabia, then he might fall here too. Bottom of the map, again, trying to recapture the beacon. Always moving in, just quickly sneaking it. But this isn't looking too pretty for Denmark. Not at all. Level behind already. 0 kills against 4. Russia playing fantastic, and they are going to get this objective now. First objective in the game. And they're going to try to get kills with it. Very likely to just simply attempt to push through the bottom of the map, force the opponent far behind by pressuring them, and then let the wave take the fort itself. It's most likely what we're going to see here. Top side, the Haka, of course, has to try and deal with all of this to make sure that there's no fort falling. But yep, there's the heavy engage at the bottom of the map, already starting to pressure it forward. Storg is moving over, and this fort is a goner. Can't save it. This one is going to fall. There's no doubt about it, and the question is simply, what else are they going to get out of this? The fort is down. Quick look at the top. Still a bit of damage, but there's no way this fort is falling. In comes the kill against Drunk Penguin. Greymane is down, and this is rough. The 7 talent is already in the hands of Russia as well, and with that we have now Dominance and Calamity for Li Ming, so she can really start to be more aggressive through Calamity and jump in deep. Stork has focused after his level 1 talent again into the Carapace build. Didn't go into Nerubian armor here, so we still have him with the Regeneration Master, but shortly after that he just went into Carapace with a Shed Exoskeleton, went into the Chitinous Plating here as well. And they're dropping the wall at the keep now too. This is a tough, tough start for the team in blue. Russia was the favorite, and it was actually a really cool attempt from Denmark to try and focus on the camp here, but it was a bit too telegraphed, was sniffed out, and now with the coordination that the Russian team has, they are just shutting down one hero after another. Muradin has fallen again, and this is the entire wall at the keep. They don't push it farther than that. But if you look at experience alone, with that much of an experience lead, the level 10 is going to be brutal for Denmark. This is going to happen during the next shrine phase, the next beacon phase. And that will make it nearly impossible for Denmark to do anything about it. I mean, the push alone at the top side is now going to be difficult to hold too. Because they can simply move the Haka now to the bottom of the map. And he's going to have a good time there, because obviously with the 4 tier falling, there's also no fountain anymore. So this is a tough lane to hold. But the fight at the top, that's a different story. That's where the 4-man is again. 5 heroes trying to make an invade right now. Denmark is just trying to be aggressive at this point. They know once 10 is in the hands of their opponent, they can't force even fights anymore. This is why they're YOLOing in like this. They are saying, guys, we need to do something before heroic abilities. If we don't close that gap a little bit, we're gonna be toast. DZ survives. That was good, but Greymane goes down. Again, the lockdown, and Greymane is not the only one. Oh my god, another cooldown being reset as another kill comes in. It's a triple kill. Deckard, Kane, Malthael, and Greymane are dead. And Russia is confused. They don't know what to take first. Do we take an objective? Can we? Are there camps on the map? Do we take forts, keeps? Like, where do we go next? And they are starting to move in to the boss. They have level 10 abilities. 9 kills against 0. It's tough. It's really tough for Denmark at this point. Brexit not really looking too strong for them. Okay, so, well, this is really a moment where you're just sitting passively and trying to deep push as much as you can. Keep Monka as in the back, get the grenades out, trying to clear those waves without exposing yourself, but eventually they're going to be pushed back. This is a goner. You have to sacrifice that fort. You already know it's gone. Like, you can't go in. Your opponent is level 10 and they have Cocoon too. One Stalk wants to make the engage. He's going to jump in, drop the Cocoon and force the battle. I'm actually just waiting for that to happen. I'm a little bit confused even that he didn't play it even more aggressively. It's a 4 versus 4, but still, they have level 10 abilities, and that alone is already insane. The wall at least is going to fall. They might even be able to push it a little bit farther. I mean, look at the experience for Denmark. They're not even on level 9 yet. And the wall at the side is open up. We are waiting for the Storm Bolts, waiting for the CC, and once Dog gives the go, everybody is just going to collapse on the target. But they're moving away from now. There's still an objective on the map, so they can focus on that instead. They don't have to fight here, so they have taken already the bottom, and now going for the top, and this should be an easy 100 to 0% Zerg wave that will move through the top lane and potentially already eliminate the first keep of the game. It's tough. Stark and his boys, I mean, they're just taking everything away. They're stealing Denmark's lunch money. They're like bullying them around right now. As long as there's no heroic ability for Denmark, they know they control everything. So they simply just take every single camp that they can. They go in deep, they steal it away from their opponent just before the 10s hit, and then it's all about how much can they get through the Zerg wave itself. This is tough. Yeah, there's another one gone. Top lane is already getting pushed out with the minion wave here, and this is going to be 100%. Once again, the Haka still holds the bot lane, so he's going to make his best happen to defend against all of this. Slows it down a little bit until the wave comes through. And now finally we have Denmark in a position where they might be able to fight back a little bit. They have their level 10. Go for the throat for Greymane. Might try and home in on Banabias, Tracer whenever he can. Lornado as well. And this is the attempt to defend the keep. Good luck with that. You'll need it. Dizzy is ready, and look at the experience, by the way. We talked about the level 10, but let's not forget that we're also going to see the 13 talents any second for Russia. That's going to give them another big advantage. The dive in deep on Muradin. They go for him. The lockdown is there, and immediately trying to blow him to pieces. Even the isolation is hitting, and there's just no chance for Dizzy to survive. They're going for a second kill. Cocoon was used, but at least for now, Malthael is able to get away. There's the engage again, the second kill, and that might be game. We are roughly 10 minutes into this one, and it looks like it's already going to be over. They might be able to win and finish this game before we even hit the 10-minute mark if they focus in on the core right now. 10-minute game, Russia against Denmark. Or is Denmark with a low death timers able to somehow defend this? It doesn't look like it. Everything is dead and dying, and that is the lead in this series for Russia. 10 minutes on Braxis. Fantastic game by the red team. Battlefield of Eternity is map number 2, and the first one was tough for Denmark. 10-minute game as Russia is able to eliminate them out of Braxis holdout. And that was a tough one to play. They got dominated from the get-go. Russia is starting into this tournament with not only a great group stage, but also an absolutely fantastic performance in game number 1 of the semi-final here. And Denmark might be able to turn it around, but with a performance like this, I'm even more so looking forward to the semifinals. Again, we're starting with France going up against Ukraine. That should be great. And depending on the result here, Sweden will face off either against Denmark, or, which at this point seems a little bit more likely, Russia. And no matter what's going on there, it's going to be pretty sick. So we start into this one with ban on Garrosh right away. We have Maiev also eliminated. Battlefield of Eternity, of course, the bans a little bit different drafting styles, or at least different priorities from some heroes. Hanzo with the Immortal Race is fantastic. He's really powerful here. The same goes for Tyrande. She obviously is already a high priority for most teams, but that is even more emphasized on Battlefield of Eternity because the Hunter's Mark applies to the Immortal too. Li Ming, another great hero. Even a ban on Tyrande now because of that. But Li Ming, another great hero, and I think Li Ming is a little bit underrated by at least the amateur scene on this map, because her value really comes out of the consistent poke that she can throw at an opponent's Immortal. And if you do that from a safe distance, your opponent has to make a choice. Do we either let those shots through and the Immortal lose HP, or do we soak them with one of the heroes? So Li Ming is fantastic here. Diablo picked as the first choice. Likely to combo with Malfurion, if Malfurion isn't taken away. And the entire time you look at Russia, they're just like, there's several teams here that play the same style every time when they can. There's nothing wrong with that. I would do the same. If you have a winning system, why change it? If your opponent doesn't force any changes onto you, you would be a fool to change them up. You look at Sweden, Hanzo, one of their prime heroes to be played here. The composition usually centers around the same heroes for them, and we're seeing a very similar pattern from Russia too, where they go into Anubarak and Malfurion whenever they can. And as long as they're not getting forced out of it and nobody is able to beat that style, there is no reason for them to change that up. If you have a winning strategy and nobody deals with it properly, then keep doing what you're doing. You're doing everything right, and there's prize money on the line too, so of course you're going to fight for that. Malfurion, again, taken, and that means that Diablo needs now someone else to combo. It could still be a Deckard Cain pick, for example. Diablo Deckard Cain was great in the past. I like the Arthur's choice. Like, Arthur's is actually a hero that I enjoy these days quite a bit more to see him on the offlane, and it makes for an unbelievably tanky frontline. You have some problems with mobility. Li Ming banned out for the reasons earlier, but that leaves us with Hanzo still. If it comes to an Immortal Race, that is. And Genji taken now. So the question remains, first of all, how is Russia going to react on the offlane? With Arthur's now being the pick against them. Could still see them with Blaze, for example. It might be a choice here. There's a few others too, but damage is another thing. Are they going to play Hanzo? Is that going to be something that's in their arsenal? Urel for the top lane, love it. And Jimmy. Now, if you're really worried about the pressure that you can put onto an Immortal, you can go for Exterminator as your level 1 talent choice. On the pro level, or the higher you go, more so you're not seeing that move. It's actually one of these ideas that, especially when you're looking towards the bottom of the skill bracket and you're looking at amateur teams, they really love to go for Exterminator on Battlefield. They center a lot of their drafts very heavily around Immortal pressure and nothing else. But again, Exterminator can be a great choice depending on the last damage dealer now for Russia. But we have Hanzo and Deckard Cain. So Deckard Cain, great with the Diablo setup that they're having here. And we have Hanzo now too. Ooh, baby! Alarak, alright. Alarak is now chosen, and that is oftentimes a bit of hit or miss, but the way that they dominated Denmark in the game number 1, if Alarak gets some good combos off, we could see a very similar outcome in game number 2. So let's head into Battlefield of Eternity, map number 2 of the best of 5 series here in the quarterfinals. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. Denmark, after their loss on Braxis holdout, starts now with Drunk Penguin On Hanzo, we see Monka S on Diablo, Kopenhagen on Arthas, Dizzy on Genji, and Potato Girl playing Deckard Cain here in game number 2. Over to the right side of the map, we have Farlander on Alarak, Kolya Martian on Malfurion, Stalk on Anubarak, Banabia on Reyna, and Toxic on Urel. So let's see if this is going to be the draft that makes it happen for Denmark. Keep also in mind that they actually banned out Li Ming. Now Li Ming is oftentimes taken as a counter to Anubarak so that you can burn down the cocoon really quickly. It's something that they didn't want to play here. They also were probably a little bit afraid of it being picked away and taken by Russia, especially considering that in the game previously it was being played against them. But for now, we're having again Stork with his level 1 Regeneration Master. This is a talent that you oftentimes see people give up on Battlefield of Eternity because you're not getting as many globes here as you would usually get on other maps that have 3 lanes. If you win the Immortal, on the other hand, that's a bit of a different story. Now, Jimmy is waiting here, not AFK, but he's basically just waiting for Genji to appear on the map. So that's another thing that you oftentimes see on higher level play. The reason is that if you have Genji on the opponent's team, what oftentimes happens is Genji jumps in and takes that fountain down. So Reyna was just simply waiting here until Genji appears somewhere on the map, so that they know that he's not trying to sneak it, and therefore just moved out a bit later. No problem here for them. A 2-3 setup actually for Denmark. That is going to become a little bit difficult at the bot lane. You have Stalk against you on Anubarak, which means that every beetle that he spawns is soaking a few more shots from these turrets. So they were able to eliminate the first turret already. And this isn't really a setup that threatens you too much. The biggest threat out of this is Diablo flipping you over on the other side of the gate and isolating you. But outside of that, there's a lot of push power with this combo. At the top lane, Urel sees that the camp is taken. Fights even a little bit with Dizzy, so Urel will have to deal with all of that. But the pressure at the bottom lane is actually pretty sick. Here comes the setup against Monka as Diablo. The gate is nearly done, so even if Diablo gets the flip over, you should be able to escape. And with the gate gone, second turret nearly eliminated. This is again looking pretty strong for Russia. They have to eventually send someone over to help Urel out. I mean, Toxic is trying, but he can't really do all that much here. So already starting to move in. Banabia is on the way. 3 versus 3 at the bottom of the map right now, having the range damage top side. It's going to help out too. And as already more or less predicted, ace in the hole over the Exterminator. So not really too worried about this. Urel actually goes down top side. Whoa. That shouldn't have happened. Okay, with Banabia moving in, apparently still able to get that kill against her. Fair enough. Denmark opening things up with the first blood on the second map. Good for them. I mean, it allows the team topside, the duo, to push it a little bit farther and try and get some pressure in. Even jumping in with Genji, trying to see if they can get more damage onto Reyna. They force him to tap for sure. But now that the first Immortal is going to spawn in a few seconds, let's see how both of them are going to react. Camp's taken, so we're going to have both of them with pressure on the opposite lanes. Level 4 talents, nothing that's too crazy here for now. I mean, we have again Shed Exoskeleton, so Stalk is very much so moving into the same build that we've now seen multiple times here. We have the serrated arrows, so the attempt to take down these Immortals very quickly. Oh, Arthas! Oh my god. Gets stunned by the Immortal, and then the immediate follow-up as Russia says, like, boys, there's a kill right there. Free kill! And they go in and take him down. That was unfortunate. Death timers are low. We're going to start moving in. This is the moment when you're actually thinking, okay, are we going to go for the Immortal, or we're just going to go topside and defend this? But with Hanzo in the team, you can still make that play. And as you can see here, they were actually successful in winning the Immortal phase. Hanzo, pretty good hero on Battlefield. Arthur, he kind of walked into that, didn't he? But there's nothing of consequence, at least for now. Good damage against Stalk, but the poke is still happening. We only have Reyna on the right side. Dizzy could actually start moving in against him and try and get some damage in. But again, Drunk Penguin is rushing the Immortal down. And they're even pushing them out. Howling Blast comes through. That was a good one. Diablo with the engage attempt. Immediately Deckard Cain with the lockdown. And Alarak gets Alaraked. He's down and Stalk might follow. Good route from Malfurion, but it's not enough. Genji goes in and gets the kill. Denmark with 3 kills against 1. After the first game, Coach Zelia is sitting there and is like, boys, focus, we're better than this. I can't actually picture Zelia being like a bit of a badass and going full drill sergeant on this team. So no matter what he said, it seems to work. At least the start in the game is a lot more successful for them right now. He probably mentioned something along the lines, draft Hanzo, win the game. And so far it's working. They have the 3-1 in kills, they have the lead in experience, which leads them to an earlier level 7. Nothing of substance, because, well, level 7 is now ready for the opponent too. But it was a good engage, and it started with a kill against Arthas because he kind of isolated there, so that's actually not bad. Again, slow against Dog. He's getting a lot more punish now this time. Dizzy on Genji is diving in deep every single time, so well done here. Well, they need to be careful though, because Genji is also suffering quite a bit from the damage output that we're seeing here on the other side. Especially Alarak's combos, of course, can wreck him completely. Arthas walks in from behind to say like, hey boys, I'm here too, did you miss me? Well, he should probably go too deep, but he's isolating him completely. And Alarak is dead again. Alarak is down. Arthas is still walking too down. He's actually just walking Reyna down. He's just like saying like, yeah, I don't really care. Diablo is a dirty kill stealer that moves in and delivers the final blow. But I mean, kill is kill. And they get another one too. Denmark, what's happening here? They got obliterated in game number 1. They got shit on the entire game from start to finish. But now that we are on Battlefield of Eternity, they are all of a sudden turning the tables here, and they're just saying like, Russia, who? What? Who are you talking about? No, dude. Denmark, that's the favorite in the series. That's what they're showing right now. I'm game. That promises to be a much better series that I was afraid of after the first game. Let's face it, we were all a little bit scared, weren't we? Game number 1, Denmark just simply gets thrown at a wall and stomped on, but now this is a very different game. Damn, they go for Stalk again, and Diablo is angry. Look at Monka as he's mad. And Farlander, the only thing that he's doing on Alarak this entire game is running. And he needs to run fast, because he's about to die again. Farlander is about to die for the 3rd time. Malfurion is running too. Genji couldn't get the kill against Alarak, but they get the kill against Malfurion. And you know what? Banabia is dying as well. What the hell happened to Russia in that break? What did Zelia do? I mean, Zelia is coaching the team, but damn. That is a hell of a coach right there. 9 kills against 1. What? We couldn't have seen more opposite games, and now Drunk Penguin is starting to go straight in with Hanzo once more. The serrated arrows on level 4 are delivering with the damage output. And boy, are they on fire right now. Denmark got pissed after the last game. It's like, boys, we're on stream right now. Stop embarrassing yourselves. Let's coordinate this shit a little bit better. And they were nearly in time. Oh my god, then time to kill Malfurion. They can't steal the camp, but then time to kill Malfurion. Get toasted, buddy. Yeah, that lightning breath singed Malfurion's green beard. There's so much dry moss in there that it just went up like tinder. Finally level 10 for Russia. They're going to try and fight back with that. But so far we have 10 kills against 1. And that was something. How is Russia going to play this right now? First game went fantastic for them, and if you go from such a high to such a low, how do you deal with that? That's another big immortal that we now have for Denmark, and they have to somehow try and find these kills, and now they have the tools. I mean, they're playing with Cocoon. Oh, well, Anubarak is already on the run again, but Arthas is up at the top. We're going to see a 5 versus 4 in just a second. Arthas is starting to move in. Stalk is in trouble still. Toxic is there too. They're trying to force the fight, but Arthas is there. And he goes in with a Howling Blast attempt. Hits 3. They're trying to go for Urel. 10 versus 10 abilities now, and the Alarak combo hits. But it's only Arthas, and he still has the army out and is healing himself easy peasy. Good nature's cure here from Malfurion to keep Alarak alive. But they are just on the run once again, and the Immortal is topside and nobody's defending top. Nobody's there to defend it. The fight is still down here at the bottom. Banabia is in trouble. Barely is able to heal himself, or not heal, but just to survive against Genji. And I'm like, what the this is getting nuts. 1 fort is already down, and they're gonna get this one for free, basically. Now as the minions move into. Yep. And we're just having the push out from Denmark. They're letting the Immortal go. They're saying, guys, we get the fort out of it. It's all that we need for now. They're level ahead, 10 kills against 1 still, and what a game. I mean, damn. The last fight was actually pretty sick, considering that we didn't even see a kill. Everybody playing it so close, and now they're trapping. They're actually trapping as well. Diablo wants to go into the shop here too, but Arthas is too fat, so he can't get in. Both of them a little bit too much there. And they go for Stalk, trying to. And he has to move back again. See difference between game 1 game 2 outside of the kills? Stalk can't go for engages. He's being engaged upon. Good arrow, but there's no follow-up. And Diablo is all of a sudden in trouble. The combo hits him, and it hits him hard, and he goes down, and now all of a sudden Russia wants to go for it again. Lonado's a little bit late. Arthas, he's in trouble. This is the moment where you say, just let him die. Just let him die. Just move away and make sure that no one else falls, and they are actually staying a little bit too long. Potato Girl, they're trying to go for Deckard Cain. Arthas is still on the run. Do they get a counter kill? Ooh, Urel! Oh, Malfurion keeps Urel alive. Here's Diablo, he's back to business, but now Dizzy goes down too. Again, I think they should have just let Arthas fall. The chances of him escaping against the setup were slim to none, and now 2 more kills came in. They get Diablo for the 2nd time, and Genji too. Personally, I still think it was a miscalculation. You already had a problem as Diablo falls, and now you're giving up the control of the game here. 10 kills against 5, and all of a sudden we are seeing Russia ahead in experience, but only by the smallest of margin. So yeah, bit too deep, a bit too aggressive, a bit too YOLO, trying to push the advantage. Should still see a fairly even fight over the Immortal itself, now that we're having a 5-on-5 back on the map, and level 13 talents should actually come into play, just as we're seeing Genji moving in towards the top. Well, he should go and get the experience here, but I guess Diablo is going to take over for that. There's the focus, they go for the race. You don't race against Hanzo. Hanzo races you. Well, but Hanzo is alone, and Hanzo is up against 5 right now. But they're trying to slow them down here. Easy halftime show, though. Easy peasy halftime show for Russia. 13 versus 13. Arrow. Hitting hard. Diablo. Oh, Stalk gets out. Deckard Cain with a lockdown, but the damage against Denmark. And here it comes. Lightning Breath being used. Diablo is so low and he's about to fall. He doesn't have souls, but Alarak dies first. Cocoon being used on Diablo. Not sure why, but it should still be a kill. Could have killed him instead of using the Cocoon, but they get him anyways. And now it's a 4 versus 4. They can move back for now, but Russia is starting to get a lot more aggressive around all of this. Every cooldown was used in the last one. Defensive position now for Denmark as they're trying to move in for it. Arthas is being attacked here. Army is already out, but they go for Stalk. They get the kill and they go for Urel. Both of them eliminated, and now Russia is on the run once again. They go for, oh my god, like, yeah, Barnaby is trying to somehow survive here, but they get slowed down by Deckard Cain. Here comes the Seal. He was hoping to maybe get the counter kill, but that doesn't happen either. We still have Malfurion in play. Drunk Penguin has to move away from this one, but they're just trying to race down the Immortal right now and look for another kill. 14 kills against 6. Denmark really fighting for every inch of the map right now, but so does Russia. Both of them aggressive now. 20 stacks on Broccoli, by the way. Broccoli going full Groot in game number 2. Looking at the damage numbers, we see that to an extent at least reflected. 19,000 damage from Malfurion, ain't too bad. But here's Immortal number 3. The 3rd Immortal! 3 in a row for the blue team. And they have taken that leading experience again. Their passive experience obviously playing a huge role. But if you look at XP here, this is really where the passive experience is becoming a huge problem, because that's a 3,000 experience difference between them. Look at Diablo and Arthas, by the way. They're already trying to invade here. They're trying to go in. Don't get the stun. There's the lockdown, and barely moving out again. Genji's already in, and they're going for Urel too. Big arrow! And the X-Strike! Cocoon saves Nubarak, but does it save Alarak? It doesn't. He goes down as well. The arrow of Hanzo was absolutely fantastic, and now this has to be key. With the 5 versus 3 and 16 talents in their hands, I mean, to be honest with you, that might be core. If they are greedy enough, they have a chance of pull it off. Moving back might be the safest play that they have, but Denmark is crazy enough to actually try this. With a talent lead, 2 heroes down, but again, their timers are low, right? So they will be back soon. But if they can get the kill here, that's a different story, and they actually might. They go for a Nubarak, and a Nubarak dies. A noob is down, and now this is open hunting season for the core in this game. What a play here once again. Oh my god, what a series. In they go. Jimmy is down. Yes, Hanzo died too, but who gives a shit at this point? Urel is dead, and that is game. Denmark making it a 1-1 as Russia is blown off the map. What a game 2 here. Well played. Game 3. We have a tie in the series. I would actually not have thought it possible after how bad Game 1 went for Denmark. But what do you know? They turn it around, and with a bang, they are back to business now. And on Tomb, we have the ban for Russia. Actually, it's the map choice of Denmark, so apparently it was switched around as we were in the draft, because originally it looked like Russia chose Tomb, but they have first pick, first ban, so that means that the map choice went to Denmark. And I am absolutely game for Tomb being the third map here. That should be another one with a lot of fights. And I also want to see the bans now. What does Russia do in order to adjust to what just happened on Battlefield? Which is the hero that they focus on? Genji, Diablo, there's so much that you can ban out at this point if you really want to play reactive. But they're catering to the map bans more so than anything else, banning out Johanna here. Are we going to see an Anubarak ban maybe from Denmark? It's at least something that I would consider if I was them, because Anubarak has been played so far every time that Stalk got his hands to it. But they're eliminating instead Tyrande. So Anubarak as an early pick could be a choice, could go into Malfurion too. Garrosh! They're switching it up, okay. Switching it up a little bit, going away from Anubarak here for now, playing Garrosh instead. Diablo also still open. And Diablo got a lot of value in the last game, so this is one of those moments when you have to make a choice. What's going to be our frontliner? Do we care enough to really pick him in the first rotation? Since there's still a lot of other stuff you can pick here. Malfurion, for example, is something that Russia played a lot, and you have now a chance to take it away. But of course, there's other great supports here too. And they go into Ana Jaina. The first time that Ana isn't banned, immediately they're going for an Ana pick. I mean, right away, snap. Just going straight for it. And I'm ready. I'm actually pretty happy with this series. This is pretty cool. I expected after game 1, I'm not gonna lie, I expected a 3-0. It looked so dominant. But the last game was a good one. There's Malfurion as expected for Russia, and Hanzo together with him. Bans on the other hand. Offlane, could focus that now. Or if you're really worried about a mage on the other side, you can take that out too. There's a couple that you can play for sure. Gul'dan is oftentimes being banned on the map because the Horrify is a huge issue. But you can target that offlane also if you want to. And they have the next 2 picks as well, so they can really decide here. They don't want to play plays. Instead, they are banning him out, not allowing the opponent to get it. Blaze, I think, would have been a really good hero for them too. But Arthas gets banned as well. No super heavy frontline anymore for Denmark. This is pretty much what Russia is thinking now. But Diablo is still up. And for the offlane, you still have a few good choices left. You could play Urel. Diablo Urel would be great here still. I guess they were probably hoping to get Arthas again. But how is Denmark going to react right now? Coach Zelia. What do we have? Genji and ETC. Ooh. I'm a little bit skeptical. I like the hit point heavy frontline they played on Battlefield of Eternity. I'm not sure how ETC is going to work out for them. I'm always worried when I see ETC. You can have great success with ETC. He's insanely powerful if he's played really well. But if the game turns against you, ETC just gets bodied. And that is a scary thought. Can still play him as the offlane though. Alright, Leoric and Li Ming. It's not the janitor skin, but it's still a good one. I like the Ice Giant a lot on the blue carpet. Skinergy. And Malthael. Alright, it's a little bit squishy what they have this time. Can work. Absolutely. But now they have to play that properly. Nano boosted Jaina is the name of the game here. Tomb of the Spider Queen. They have quite some wave flare. It's gonna be tough. Alright, game number 3. Let's see which team takes the lead here at the Nexus contest. Game number 3, Denmark against Russia. We are heading into the Tomb of the Spider Queen with Drunk Penguin for Denmark on Jaina, Monka S on ETC, Potato Girl on Ana, Kopenhagen on Malthael, and Dizzy on Genji. To the right side of the map, a Russian team with Fallen Down Hanzo. Had a pretty tough time on Battlefield of Eternity. Banabia on Li Ming, we have Toxic on Leoric, Stalk on Garrosh, not on Anubarak this time, and Kolya Martian on Malfurion. Game on, ladies and gentlemen. Who will take the lead in this series after this one? Who will have the advantage going into game number 4? That's the big question here. A lot more of a squishy team on the side of Denmark now, but they have their Well, first of all, they have Genji again, and then also they have Ana this time, which they already played a lot in the past. But this is going to be the interesting one at this point. Can work out for them, but you're up against a lot of heroes that can blow you up within a second. If Li Ming gets those resets in a big team fight, it's going to spell trouble, for sure. Malthael going to be at the bot lane against Leoric. And we have already Jaina starting to move straight to the top. The bottom battle has started. The Drain Hope is in. One of the reasons why Genji is so great on this map is exactly what you're seeing here. He immediately moves down to the bot lane. Pretty easy rotation for him, and he gets Leoric down to half HP. So that's pretty solid. That's actually really good. It helps Copenhagen a lot winning the bot lane now. And Dizzy can make the rotation whenever he wants, because he's really, really quick in the rotation, thanks to Swift Strike and also his trade. So he can always jump through that. And that is one of the reasons why oftentimes on this map you even see Genji being banned out. So he's in a great spot where he can put on the pressure all the time, force Leoric already to tap the fountain. Copenhagen has a better position, and as long as the team is playing a little bit safe around the 3-man rotation, going up against 4, Genji can even stay at the bot lane a little bit longer. He's always able to move away here. And this makes for a really weird setup where you're breaking the traditional rhythm of this bottom lane quite a lot. EDC with the prog rock on level 1, obviously. I mean, this is one of the map where you can really capitalize on a lot of the globe talents. So we're having prog rock with 7 stacks already, only 1 minute and a little bit into it. And yeah, checking the bush, not seeing the target though, not hitting it, and now Drunk Penguin is immediately in trouble, but he's not falling. Good heals coming from Ana, and the turnaround attempt here nearly against Stark. That's working out for them nicely. And we're seeing already the bot lane now completely under the control of Denmark, as they're also going for the Siege Giants and try to put the extra pressure up. Genji sees Leoric coming, is immediately starting to attack him. Good damage against Toxic. Needs to be a little bit cautious with this, but Cyber Agility makes it happen. Siege Giants are taken too. It's a good start for Denmark. We don't have a kill yet, but so far they're still playing this quite nice. We're seeing no stacks on Ana yet though, so Sleeping Dart is something that you have to at least get the first reward, because if you don't, then you are going to be in quite a bit of trouble. You really want to have the extra range on 20. That's just so good when you have that. But having 2 heroes alone is great, and having at least the first range increase helps you to stay a bit safer. When you go up against someone like Garrosh, it's pretty important. Then again, the sleep alone, of course, against Garrosh is always fantastic. If you can stop him when he tries to make the engage, that's a pretty good move. Camp taken earlier, by the way, now on the Bruiser camp from Denmark. And this is a completely different Denmark now that we've seen in game number 1. Like, I don't know what happened after the first game, but they definitely woke up. Maybe they need a little bit of coffee, or something I can definitely understand. But they are looking way stronger in this. Russia is not going to make it easy for them by any means, and I still think that Russia in general is the favorite to take the series. Denmark is looking powerful here. Also, adjustments that we are seeing from Leoric, and we talked about this in the past a little bit. Consume Vitality on level 1, still pretty standard if you don't want to go into Austin's Renewal. And Ghastly Reach then, the adjustment on level 4, which makes it even easier for you later to proc the cooldown reduction that you get through the Ominous Wrath and Royal Focus. So that synergy between those two 13-16 talents is even going to be more increased when you have that Ghastly Reach, just simply because you will hit more heroes during those fights. That was a good flip against Dizzy. He's able to move out, and Ana is still controlling Garrosh here with a Sleep Dart. Gets the second stack in. Turn in so far, pretty even between the two teams. 45 against 42. No one dying yet. Copenhagen is a bit in trouble down here. Might be able to get saved. Good stuns from Stork. Throws again. Dizzy in. But the position has been taken. Top side. Only 3 on Farlander side. So you can't really turn anything in and complete it. We might see that from Denmark now. They're still fighting down through the bottom. Both of the teams have level 7 talent. And of course no Echo Paddle here, since ETC is the main tank. Goes straight into... nice. Into the face melt instead. Going for that combo with a level 4 and level 7 talent, but that's the flip again. Dizzy has to move out. Is about to. Ana the entire time with a heal. But now we have the position taken, and Toxic is about to turn in, and he's very likely going to be successful here. Interrupt attempt comes too late, and the Red Web Weavers will be descending on the map and try and give the advantage to the Russian team. Job well done. Li Ming obviously with a Calamity now, level 1, power hungry on this map. And we're having now Dominance plus Calamity. So a lot of pressure that we can see from Li Ming here. And the Web Weavers. That's the question now. How much damage are they gonna do here? How much can they actually pull off with this? Already the pressure against Monka S. A kill at this point for Russia would be the absolute dream if they can make that work somehow. But we're having a very safe play on the side of Denmark, and they're even looking to potentially take down Fallen at the top. Genji was waiting in the bush the entire time. Hanzo is playing it super safe though, is not interfering too much. In comes the attack against ETC, but they're pushing Stork in deep, and they get a lot of damage onto him too. Well played by them. The bot lane fight between Malthael and Leoric is so far working out in favor of Copenhagen. If he had the ult there, that would be the first stack for his last rights, if he goes down that path. And here comes the slide against Garrosh again, and that might be the first kill of the game. And it should be. He's saving himself for a little bit longer, but Malthael is now in too. Oh, throws him out, and Stork survives. That was a close call, but well played by him. Perfect cooldowns here from him too. Worked very highly in his favor. First the self-sustain, and then the move. Oh my god! Malthael! Barely surviving. 6 minute and 20 completion of Prog Rock on level 1 for ETC. But yeah, that was a close call for sure. Monka S is trying to get now the first Web Weaver wave for his own team. If they can combo that with level 10, that would be great. Copenhagen himself, again, needs to be careful. Moves out, and the Drain Hope actually misses. Drain Hope misses for now. Both of them looking towards early level 10 talents. And another turn-in attempt here. They don't quite have the amount of gems yet that they need in order to get the second wave in, but they're closing in on it. Toxic is down. That's the kill. Leoric is down, and that opens up the bot lane for potential turn-in, but they're also pushing this in, so they're giving them a choice. Catch the experience or stop us turning in. Level 10 abilities are there. Last rights, Ring of Frost, Nano Boost, and they're trying to go for it. Oh my god, that's going to be the first stack, isn't it? Yep, there we go, and that's the end of Garrosh. One stack already, just as the 10s come in on the last rights. The cooldown reduction working through, and Toxic is nearly falling here. That's going to be the turn-in as well. 10 versus 10 abilities right now, but what a great start for Denmark here into the game again. It's a bit slower than last time, but now they're going to get the turn-in. They have their first last right stacks. Even the 5-second cooldown reduction that you get from just that single kill is already helping you. But of course, if he can get that stacked a little bit more, that would be fantastic. Nano Boost used in that last battle as well. Potato Girl quite strong with that. I mean, you don't have to throw it on the Jaina. You have a lot of good combos here. And throw it on the Malthael as well, which we saw there. And now we have, with that, the Web Weavers pushing. And the heroic abilities are going to be ready for both of them again. 10 seconds for Malthael, 20 for Ana. It's definitely going to work out if they just delay this a bit. Camp versus camp also, which means this is going to be a heavy push, but the focus of the Russian team towards the bottom of the map instead. Genji is going to get away, no problem whatsoever. Malthael also moving out, and now we have the heavy push in the mid lane with the Web Weaver and the camp any second. They don't even have to stay there. Top lane is being defended by Hanzo, but this should give quite a bit of damage. At least break through the wall, take the fountain down. That's what they're going to try and do here. And already Dizzy sniffing out the rotation, seeing exactly where the opponent is going. The gate is down, the towers are down. They're getting a lot here. And Leoric has to be careful at the bot lane. Barely surviving the last rights. Whoa, that could have been another kill. The fort is about to fall too. So last rights barely not taking down Leoric. That would have been annoying if the second stack for Malthael would have already been acquired. But they're still trying to get the kill here. They're putting onto Toxic. Monka S is moving in. Gets the power slide. But he also needs to be careful. He has 29 gems. That might have been a bit too much of a play. Mosh Pit. Just trying to keep them far out here and saving himself. But this isn't over yet. Genji just zips out barely, and the rest of the team is on the run. Potato Girl gets thrown in. Tries to get a sleep dart through, but that's the kill against Ana. And we are still looking at more. Drunk Penguin is falling. Denmark has that tendency to be a bit too greedy. Had a great push in the middle. And then from a structural perspective, they are still ahead, but really they need to maybe not greed for those kills. Going this deep against Leoric, is that really worth it? Leoric didn't really have any gems. What are you really going to get out of that kill? Very little. And now they lost 2 on the way back. They lost a few gems too. They lost the map control, and therefore the red Web Weavers are descending. But we could see a kill against Toxic. Last rights is up. And he doesn't use it on Leoric. Instead they're killing Garrosh. That's the second stack acquired. And it comes at a perfect moment in time. Denmark might have been punished for going this deep for potentially Auric kill, but now they're playing perfectly around that turn-in. And Russia was a bit too far out. It's basically like both teams trying to overplay their cards a bit and getting punished for it. So that works quite well. Gets the 5-second cooldown reduction. The additional 5-second cooldown reduction also. But Ana has been taken out topside. Kill versus kill coming in everywhere here. Defense is still looking strong, and Malthael is now pushing out the bot lane and starting to move straight into the middle. He also has his cooldown soon ready again, so if they can get another kill here towards the top. Look at Toxic. He's so low already. You can stack that now. You can actually stack the last rights at this point, and he's trying to. If he gets Toxic here, he just has to throw it out, and he doesn't have the cooldown yet ready. Ah, unfortunate for him. But he might still get a kill. Nope, it's Jay now falls instead. Oh no, my god. They're losing 2, they're losing 3, and they're losing all the gems. He was so close of getting last rights in the 3rd stack, but then they're again too deep, and the turnaround just drops them. This is one of the big issues with the setup. They have a really strong setup, but they have also a lot of squishies. And every single time one hero goes down, Li Ming just gets the reset and delivers the damage. Look at the output, 23,000 damage for her already. Whenever the cooldowns come back, Calamity, hitting one orb combo after another, and that's an easy boss now taken. 3 heroes dropped, and you're already topside. There's just no doubt what you're going to do with it. And there's a lot of gems that were just lost now. There's a lot of gems. Keep in mind, they only had a single turn-in. They had so far a single turn-in, and they just turned in 35, but that's all that they're getting here. It's starting to become a bit rough. Russia, it's not like they didn't make any mistakes in this game, but they're really playing nicely around this now. Copenhagen gets entombed. No problem for him to get out of this one. And there's the next last rights. Can they get the kill? Not quite. Instead, they lose ETC. No mosh pit, no nothing. Ring of Frost comes in. They can't get the kill here. They're on the run again. Dark Penguin is about to fall. And here's Li Ming. One kill after another. Li Ming is ripping them a new one. Li Ming gets one reset after another against the squishies here, and what looked like a potential kill is all of a sudden turning against them. 3 down up to the top lane. The boss has already moved through all of this. 1-4 down at the top, 1 down in the middle. They steal the camp away now. Level 16 talents. Russia is absolutely on fire at this point. The engages that we're seeing from Denmark are strong, but they're not strong enough to get the kill, and then the fight always turns against them. And Li Ming is just having a field day. Gets the first reset in, gets the second, and as long as heroes keep dying here, this is exactly what we're going to see for the rest of the game. She's at 30,000 damage right now. 30,000 hero damage. And yeah, Malthael gets good numbers out too, but still, it's the kills that really matter here at the end of the day. And that's where Li Ming is definitely delivering. 3rd Webweaver wave. 3 against 1 is what we're looking at here. And you look at the gem count, and there's not really a lot left. Denmark, they have to dig deep. They have to dig deep. Get the kills, get them quicker. Try and set them up. Hope that you also get more stacks for the last ride so you can play around that. But it's just a defensive position that they're forced into the entire time right now. They're just defending. Dizzy is there helping out Copenhagen. Malthael and Genji with the defense at the bot lane. But in the middle, I mean, it's keep time. You want to go keep here. You have the Bruiser camp, you have the Web Weavers, they want to go for the keep. 16 is there, that's why we had the 2 heroes at the bottom of the map, so now they can at least fight on even talents with that. But can you really save the keep? That's going to be the big question. Genji already poking from behind, luring them out. ETC taunted, entombed. Can he get the mosh pit out? Well, he's about to fall, but the last rights is going to drop Garrosh. It's a kill for a kill. The reset for Li Ming, but they can't get the second follow-up. Dizzy might be low, but he still gets away, at least for now. He has most of the gems here, and the keep is gonna fall. But they're still getting some kills in. And that was the 3rd stack on Malthael too. So his cooldown is fairly low at this point. Top lane is also being attacked. Drunk Penguin not enough to single-handedly defend against the wave. And here comes the second keep. Both keeps down. Denmark with their back to the wall now. They have good stacks on Malthael. They have 3. That's a 15-second cooldown reduction. It's nearly ready again. But outside of that, they don't have a lot. I mean, Ana is sitting at 6 stacks on her level 1 on the piercing darts. She doesn't even have the first quest reward. Big problem for them. But there's a turn-in on the horizon for the blue team. If they start moving out and they get the turn-in, they might be able to get something done here. But they need structures. They need to take down these forts and these keeps. It's too much pressure. Top lane and bot lane too. They sniff out Malfurion. Won't be able to get too much here. Garrosh is about to be back as well. And now it's just a question, can you get a kill somewhere? Can they maybe get that last rights combo in again, because they need it? And again, I'm looking towards ETC, and it's exactly what I talked about earlier, that problem that you have with their hero so much. He's just getting blown up nearly every single time they hit him. This time he survives. Barely. Well, actually scratch that, he doesn't. There's the Ring of Frost. ETC is down, and they are on the run. And that's exactly the problem that I mentioned in the draft. If you have a team that can pressure ETC before he is really ready to engage, then ETC is just going to be a liability, because it's really tricky for you to make the plays. If you're dominating the game and you're setting up those engages yourself, then ETC can be a huge asset, but he's always a bit tricky because of that low HP pool. And it's not even that he plays bad or anything, it's just like it is a hero that you can exploit when you shut him down initially, and they are playing well around it, Russia that is. But you can get a lot of momentum with ETC too, for sure. It can be very, very powerful, but in this game, it's just Russia running the show. And you look at experience, they are now nearly 2 levels ahead, and once they have the Storm Talons, it's going to be probably lights out. Then, again, Russia doesn't have a turn-in. But you have to take bad fights if you're Denmark now. You have to at some point make a choice and say, okay, Storm Talons, whatever, we have to take it. Here comes Malthael, and he's dead. Insta blow up against him. Here comes the arrow against Jaina. Yeah, you can ice block all day long, but you're dead. You're dead too. I don't know why exactly the Entomb was needed there, but it's not like it's going to make a difference. Obviously, they're having Buried alive, and now Russia moving through the middle of the map. Was a good start into the game for Denmark, and they fought hard. But Russia is going to take game number 3 and will take the lead in this series as we're going to approach the 4th map. The stuns against ETC again. He has mosh pit up and is actually zoning them away from the core for now. Blue Web Weavers are in too, so you have to defend against them. Maybe they can hold the core for longer. Maybe they're able to hold the core a little bit longer. Core takes damage and are starting to push against it. It's 10 seconds until Malthael is back. It shouldn't really matter here anymore. Especially if they can get a kill. And Entomb is back in 4 seconds. Oh, and ETC doesn't even make it that long, does he? Nope, he's down. Does the Entomb come? Entomb is in. Genji still walks away from it. Might be able to take Leoric down, but the core is down to 66% already. They're still fighting. They're still trying to hold it. And they actually pull it off. 66% on the core. And Denmark is somehow still alive. They're 2 levels behind. 21 against 19. But they're still in the game. They're still in the game, and the Web Weavers that they put down, they help them. Can they get something out of this, though? That's the big question. 10 stacks by now on Ana. She has the range increase. That helps her a little bit to stay safe here. Has died 2 times only so far. But obviously it's a go for boss. And it's a 5 versus 4 against level 20 talents. You need a miracle in order to make this work. They need a miracle. They need Genji to just pop off a massive Ring of Frost combo maybe. The boss is there, and if you get the boss, it's over. Ring of Frost doesn't hit. Hits only Malth. They're going for him. They might be able to get the kill here. 1 down, and that's Malthael. They can't get the counter kills. Genji is looking for it. He's trying, and he just can't make it work. 4 down, everybody obliterated, and this is the win for Russia. They take the boss. There's no keep at the top lane. ETC, even if he lands a 5-man mosh, what does it matter? There's no one in there to deal the damage. And this is just going to be game. Already boss in the core, 66%. We are going to see map number 4 in this best of 5 series at the Nexus contest. Russia taking the lead with a 2-1 against Denmark. Fantastic game by Denmark on Battlefield of Eternity. They started strong in the Tomb of the Spider Queen, but at the end of the day, it is Russia with the victory here. And we'll see if Russia is able to make it a 3-1, or if we're pushing this all the way down to game 5. Game number 4. Denmark has taken Battlefield of Eternity, but lost on Tomb of the Spider Queen, so Russia in the lead now with a 2-1, and we have Dragonshire as our final map. And first pick, first ban go to Denmark, which means that Russia chose the map. They chose Dragonshire. In comes the pick on the ban on Garrosh. No Garrosh for Stalk this time. Still a Nubarok, of course, open, which is one of the fallback options for him. Genji banned out. Kind of tired of dealing with that. Faced it now twice, and again, she had a lot of good moments here. What do you ban? Do you ban a Nubarak? Do you ban Li Ming? Do you simply ban Maiev? Or is Denmark willing to pick Maiev in a first rotation in case that Russia doesn't ban it out? It's always like the gamble that you take, right? But so far Maiev was mostly banned by Denmark, so I'm not quite sure if they really are comfortable playing her. And they ban Li Ming! I like it. Li Ming ruined the last game for them. The resets were just way too powerful. That reset mechanic is so strong. And there's the Maiev ban, okay. Gamble completed, I'd say. But what's going to be the first pick for them? Diablo is up. Can play Tyrande. Can focus on the macro game with it too. And there's Diablo. Alright, once again. Diablo won. Well, it was one of the reasons why they won on Battlefield of Eternity. Well, Furion was so far part of every early rotation for the Russian team. They really, really love to play with their Nubarak usually. Is that going to be the focus again? There's the Nubarak and Hanzo over Malfurion for now. So there's a chance for Denmark to pick either Malfurion or Tyrande, ban the other one out, and therefore make it a little bit more difficult for Nubarak to get those combos off. They still have the Hanzo arrow that they're going up against. But yeah. So this is gonna be hyper. What's the choice? Now's the moment. 100% support with this. Has to, right? Yeah. Malfurion, Tracer can ban Tyrande if they want to, if they're worried about Diablo getting blown up here. But they go into a Tracer play. What do you ban now if you're Russia? Offlane, still possible to ban that out. Li Ming against, by the way, banned against Nubarak. So normally you want to take Li Ming against Nubarak quite often because your Disintegrate can just burn that cocoon down. But they dealt very well with the Nubarak in game number 2. So I don't think they're too afraid of that. The Zeratul gets banned over and over again. I mean, there's the potential of having a Void Prison into an Apocalypse combo for sure. But yeah, there's the Tyrande ban. As predicted. Okay, so we'll see Tyrande banned out. That means we could still see... I mean, I guess you can play Deckard Cain with that, for example. Try to get the lockdown through that. But it's definitely made a lot harder now for Russia. They really love to play that Nubarak Malfurion style, or at least combo Tyrande into it. Now that's denied to them. There's other tools. You could go Stuko, for example, as well, if you're trying to play around the silence, which is pretty fantastic too. 13 virulent reaction gives you a lot of control. But we're having them pick Rhaegar, and they take Arthas with it. So Arthas taking more and more priority for the teams. Could have seen Arthas picked again for Denmark, since this is the strategy they used on Battlefield of Eternity. Different map, bit of a different style, but still a very hit point heavy front line. Maybe Urel with Diablo for the top lane now to play around Arthas. Could go into Leoric here. And Thrall and Leoric. Thrall, Leoric taken. Alright, so Thrall probably part of the rotation of the 4-man. Could even go into... Echo of Elements is still the choice. I mean, you have a chance if you're in the format to go for Crash Lightning, but there's a reason why it's called Trash Lightning in most games or in most maps. There are some exceptions, but Dragonshy isn't necessarily one of them. And the last pick for Russia. Russia finishes the draft with Phoenix. Okay. Didn't quite see Phoenix coming there, but yeah, not necessarily too bad. A good salvo against Tracer. Can do a lot of work with auto attacks for him. Alright, I'm ready. Let's see if it ends here or if Denmark forces map number 5 in the series. So let's jump into Dragonshire. Game number 4. Game number 4, Denmark against Russia. And Russia is in the lead with a 2-1 against their opponent. To the left in blue, Drunk Penguin for Denmark on Tracer, Potato Girl on Malfurion, Dizzy on Thrall, Copenhagen for the offlane on Leoric, and Monka S is playing Diablo. On the right side, we have Farlander right now on Hanzo, Kolya Martian on Rhaegar this time, Toxic on Arthas, Mr. Barnaby on Phoenix, and Stork playing a Nubarak once again. And we are good to go here. Echo of Elements on Thrall on level 1, Feast on Fear for Diablo. I mean, outside of the talents, we have also, when you look towards Leoric now, Austin's Renewal. So this time, no attempt to go into Consume Vitality, Ghastly Reach, or Kneel Peasants. So Austin's Renewal has taken a lot of popularity at the last Eastern Clash of HGC in 2018, actually, in Korea. Other talent choices here with a level 1, Rhaegar, going for the Colossal Totem. Trying to play around that. Already the rotation top side. And are we actually seeing Phoenix on the solo lane? It seems like it. Arthas is starting to make his way up top, or is just sitting in the mid lane. Sits in the mid lane for now on his little snowflake here. But we have Phoenix on the off lane. Very, very annoying to deal with if you are not ranged. So Phoenix can definitely hold the solo lane because of his shield mechanic. Like, one of the big deals if you are a solo lane and you want to, engage in the middle. Oh, Diablo nearly falling. And guess what? Arthas actually dies. Denmark with the kill. Denmark with the first blood. So yeah, the solo lane is going to be super annoying for the Auric, no doubt about that. If you want to, like, a hero is a solo laner or can work as a solo laner if you have A, wave clear, and B, self-sustain. Ideally an escape as well. And that's exactly what Phoenix offers. He's ranged, so that already makes him very annoying against any kind of melee hero. You have a shield mechanic that basically acts as a heal, and you have the wave clear that you need with that. So it's a pretty smart decision to put Banabi on the top lane for now. Planet Cracker is sometimes used as a bit of a pseudo-global if you are in that position, but I would say that's more likely that we're going to see an eventual rotation happen between the heroes there. But for Leoric, this is definitely putting a lot of strain and stress onto him, and it makes it really, really weird lane to play. 9 stacks on the side of Dizzy, so sitting currently on his Echo of Elements, nearly halfway completed. We see those moves down to the bot lane with 4 man trying to... they're not even trying to go for the Shrine. As long as they hold the top lane, they're not too worried about that. Trying to get a few more stacks for Diablo first. Good engage against Dizzy, but not enough damage behind it just yet. With the level 4 talents, we're this time actually getting Mana Tide, so not heading into that Frostwolf Pack quest talent on level 4, which we've seen so often right now. Drunk Penguin is just also like dancing around here. I mean, eventually you already know that Leoric is going to have a tough time. He's just now trying to get the wave lane. Move in, has the Neil Peasant, so once that level 4 starts, you can rotate between the 2 lanes because you have that added wave clear, and that's exactly what Copenhagen is now currently using. So he moves just simply top, middle, top, middle. That's why they're giving up on the top shrine. Instead, they're going here at the bottom. And again, Stark in trouble, but he survives. Barely. And the combo with Malfurion and Tracer, of course, a really powerful one. We've been talking about Malfurion a lot, and he offers a lot here. Not only can you follow up on a Thrall route, but you can also follow up on the Diablo stun. But with a heal, it's exactly what you want. You give Tracer an early heal over time, and then even if she goes in very deep, she can still benefit from that. So there's a heavy fight over the bot lane, and Arthas is now starting to make his way in. They are trying to get the first Dragonite of the game, the Russian team that is. And with that, we're seeing on top side the immediate battle between Copenhagen and Banana Beer. And as you see, Banana Beer here, shield is low, moves away, waits for the shield to come back and move in. That's basically the heal mechanic that he uses for that. The shield mechanic is very, very annoying when you're up against it. Now Tracer is starting to see, okay, what can I do here? Can I maybe get a bit of pressure going on against Phoenix? Can we get a kill there? But just sitting in the mid lane for now. Will have to make the move down to the middle or to the bottom or top eventually though. Quest completed. 3 minutes and 40 seconds in. Pretty decent job by Dizzy. And they're now getting those stacks in. Good job against the Nubarak too. But not forcing it too much just yet. Arthas against Tracer in the mid lane. Tracer actually getting a bit buried here. Needs to be careful of those coils later on, of course, too. But Arthas didn't spec into it. He went for the standard build, where you head into the Frost Presence on level 1, go into the Frozen Wastes, and then head straight into the Icebound Fortitude. The battle at the bot lane, on the other hand, that's a different story. Arthas goes down. The initial engage against Farlander, not succeeding with the kill attempt against Hanzo. And now we have Tracer all alone in the mid lane, trying to deal with Arthas as he's threatening to channel the Dragonite, and he's not the only one. In comes Rhaegar, and someone has to take a shrine, but Leoric is just simply trying to help out here. Okay. Well, they get the kill against Rhaegar, but they simply let the Dragonite be taken. Okay, I mean, they get the kill at least. Let's see how much the Dragonite can do without that. But yeah, deliberate choice by Denmark. Saying like, yeah, well, as long as we get the kill against Rhaegar, let them take the Dragonite. It's early on in the game, we can still burn that down. And if they don't have the 5th hero on the map, that's fine. So they lose a bit of infrastructure, but the DK is already on half HP. Lanes are still fully soaked. Since Rhaegar isn't there, there's not too much pressure on the other side. So it works out for them, at least for now. Level 9 for Russia, though. So a little bit farther ahead here. Dragonite is sitting at 25 seconds and 28%. Is still able to burn down those waves. I mean, he has a lightning breath, the fire breath now that he can use. But without Rhaegar and his help, there was little else that they could do. But pressure will still be there. Fountain is about to be taken out. Not quite sure if that trade was really worth it. But at least they got the kill. They're like half a level behind though, and losing the fountain is probably the one thing that I'm most worried about. Can they drop Arthur's on the other hand? I mean, that would be a dream right there. And they're going for it. They get the root in, they get the drain, but the rotation of Russia is happening. Toxic is really low though, and Arthur should fall. And he dies. Monka S on his Diablo is also really low. Farlander misses. Well, actually, Drunk Penguin misses the bomb against Farlander. Could have maybe taken Hanzo down there too. If they can get a second kill, that would be perfect for them. There's the root. Oh, nicely done with the cleanse. Good job. But Anuburak is in trouble, and he dies too. It's a double kill. The arrow misses, and they're not stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, Leoric wanted too much here though. And now it's a double kill against Leo and Thrall. Yeah. As the quick 10, the heroic abilities are in. Rhaegar falls. It's a bloodbath. Ah. The kills coming in on all sides right now as we have level 10 abilities being used in that fight. And Monka as... Oh, he might get away from Arthur's, but another Howling Blast is gonna kill him. Potato Girl is out of mana. Can't do anything here. Pushes him back, but the slow is hitting him, and there's also the Frozen Waste. Another heal. In the meantime, Tracer falls against Hanzo, but Diablo is able to walk away from this one. What a bloodbath. And it's actually interesting how much of a problem they have, or how much of they have time to take down Farlander. He always escapes. He had several moments in this game where they were focused highly on him, Tracer in particular, and then he just dodges the bomb, it doesn't connect, and is able to survive, and it's always a bit of a turnaround. Ah, what a game here already. Back and forth as Denmark fights for their chance to stay in this tournament and in this series. They need to win here. If they want to force map number 5, they want to stay in the tournament and reach the semi-final against Sweden, they need to win 2 in a row. And they need to make a start with Dragonshire. Topside, arrow barely dodged by Leoric. It's a good attempt still, but yeah, Copenhagen just dodging the arrow, getting out of there, barely, but able to stay alive. And big cooldowns now obviously burned by Russia. Here at the bottom of the map, we're still seeing the approach to go for that particular shrine. You can't just simply give this one up. Stork is trying to steal it. And he's not getting punished at all for it. They're actually rotating into the middle instead. Nani? That's a little bit odd. They knew that everybody was topside, but they move into the middle. They're just going for the interrupt at the channel, and they go for Arthur's, but the cleanse is there. Turn around, Leo is top, it's a 4 versus 5, and Malfurion is dead before the fight even starts. Drunk Penguin is low, they set the cocoon up, but now they go for Diablo, and Monka S is gonna fall too, isn't he? Yep, darts in, tries to create some space, he's down, but Butterbeer dies. The counter kill at least by Drunk Penguin. Good connect now with the Wolf. But still a couple of weird engages that we're seeing here from Denmark. Or well, let's not call it engage. A weird rotation into the middle of the map when they could have dominated the bottom shrine. They had the vision, they knew where everybody was, but they're still starting to take names here. Bam! Arthur's is down. Arthur's is down, and they are actually able to get the kills in. They're still ahead in kills. They might be behind in experience, but they have 7 kills against 6. Somehow, Denmark is always finding a way back into this. They make maybe a bit of a weird rotation for a second, or an engage doesn't work the way that they really want to, and they fall behind for a moment. But then just when you think it's all said and done, all of a sudden Denmark gets those kills back in. And Russia's pretty much the same. So we have now 7 kills against 6, both teams on level 13. Having still these rotations towards the top, where a 3-man team for Russia is already trying to push that in. Diablo. Ooh, they're going for Hanzo again, and this time he's dead. This time he's dead. Hanzo is down. This time Drunk Penguin gets the bomb connected, and Hanzo is finally down. That must be a pretty satisfying moment for Tracer in particular. I mean, 3 times the charm apparently. They go in, take it down. Well done. And now they're starting to also take the lead in experience here. This is a sick game. I'm loving this already. And, yep, they're going for Phoenix, and unbelievable. Phoenix gets away. Rhaegar with the Ancestral. This is... what a game. I have no idea who's going to take this one. Both have great engages, great moves. Again, Stalk on the run to the top. Trying to get the Shrine. Bottom is already getting channeled by Thrall. They're trying to go for the Dragon Knight here, but at this point it's not happening for either team. Or is it? They go for Rhaegar. The Entomb being used for the stun with Diablo. The Apocalypse doesn't hit anything. Zones them out a little bit, but that's all that they're getting. And now Stork is back to business. He's moving in straight against Leoric. Unbelievable that they didn't get a kill here. Here comes the ult from Phoenix, the Purification Salvo. The Cocoon is out. Leoric survives barely. And everybody is dropping ults and trying to get a kill in, but nobody dies. I can't believe that Rhaegar in particular survived all of this. The Entomb comes in and then Diablo charges using the Entomb wall as a stun point. And it looks like Rhaegar will fall, especially since Stork isn't there yet, but they can't make it happen. Nobody is falling except for the fort in the middle. It's insane. This game is all over the place by now. Again, they are rotating around each other, top bot lane, trying to reclaim those shrines and get a Dragon Knight finally. But we are now 11 minutes into the game, and outside of this early one that we saw for Russia, it just hasn't happened again. Bruisers are being attacked here in the middle of the map. Down to the bottom, we're seeing a similar picture as Russia is trying to push the bot lane even more. And even the Siege Giants are being stolen away here. Good move by Russia, realizing that the top left was being attacked, so they take this one. Vision is there, but Tracer can't do anything outside of that. So now heavy pressure onto the bot lane, like a lot. That's another fort taken. They could, look at this, they completely zone them out. You can't really get in here, so you can't defend against this. This is 3 camps attacking the bot lane now. And this is great for Russia. That's 2 forts down. That's passive experience in their favor and will lead to an earlier level 16 that they might be able to use with this pushdown. Already first, I mean, gate is about to go down. Turret is already dropped. There's the 16 talent. Russia could take a keep here. They could take a keep. And they're going to be trying to. There's no 16. There's a talent lead now. But we see Phoenix in trouble. And again, Rhaegar is ready every single time. Now also the Cocoon onto Thrall. He got the Earthquake through, but the arrow hits him, and that's not the only thing. The Apocalypse comes in, Thrall dies, but we see Arthur's fall immediately. Kill for a kill for a kill the entire time. Potato Girl! Oh! Dropped by Stork. Stork went in for the kill and gets it. 16 talents are ready now, but it's a bit too late. The keep is still under pressure. Top side, the camp is also doing a lot of work and gets the damage in, but the problem is that this is not a trade that is worth your while. Russia is just making the better moves in the macro sense on the map. They're completing Stork's quest now as well. That does definitely not help either. At this point, he gets the extra 500 health, and that makes it so much harder to burn him down. The Siege Giants are still there. And they're pushing! Russia is now on the move forward. They are on the move, and even with all the kills that we saw come in from Denmark, they are falling farther and farther behind in this. The top fort even surviving. Damn! Barely in game, but it's still there. Now they can take it. I mean, Malfurion can Moonfire that into the ground if he wants to. But what they really need, what Denmark really needs, is a team victory and just gaining some momentum that they can use. And it's just really well done by Russia. They get so many great engages here. I mean, the last one was 3 camps that they took. 3 camps and perfectly zoning out on the opponent too. Yeah, it's getting tough. I mean, they're still in a decent shape, but the problem is really just the structural damage on the map. 2 forts down, a keep down. Passive experience is now heavily in favor of Russia, and that's going to increase. You have catapults pushing through the bot lane, which is another problem. They need kills, and no counter kills this time. They need kills, they need an engage, they need something. And currently, Russia is not giving it to them. I mean, look at the top lane. Arthur's is pushing this in and might get another fort because they're trying to find those kills in the engage at the bottom of the map, and they're just not getting it. Arthur's is taking a free fort at the top lane. Yep, Stork is just slowing them down. Arrow not hitting again, but maybe they can force the fight now. They're trying to. They're going straight in for Stork. Stun into stun, but the cleanse is there, and Diablo gets Cocoon too. They go for Arthur's, but once more, Russia is moving back. There's the bomb, and they're trying to get Arthur's, but it's just not enough. Denmark is heavily attempting to finally force that fight, but with Cocoon, with all the stuns, with the Howling Blast and the slows, they're always stopped. And after the fort at the top lane has fallen, this entire wave is now moving straight into the next keep too. Well, Leo is up at the top side. They're trying to force the battle. There's still heroic abilities out. They can try and force it here. And they're trying to. Earthquake is in. But Monka's gets slowed. Good totem by Rhaegar. Really good totem. Diablo was trying to get close enough to make a play here. And he couldn't. because Rhaegar dropped the totem, moved out immediately. Earth Grasp on 16 makes it possible for him. Half a level behind. Leo taking care of the top lane right now. Dealing with this. Has to. Bot lane on the other hand. 3 catapults already moving through. They're just pressured everywhere. Camp gets invaded again. They're focusing on the top lane again, and they just can't keep doing that. Not against an opponent who continuously steals those siege giants. They're even setting up a trap. Oh, yeah, thanks. Safe rotation. At least check the bush. Thrall tries to dodge. These arrows are not hitting shit, by the way, but it doesn't even matter. Thrall is dead regardless. Here comes the cocoon. Farlander, nah, he's not gonna fall. The bomb too early, and there's Liarok dying now too. They're going for Diablo. 3 down, 4 catapults, and 4 siege giants at the bot lane. This is gonna be game. 3 heroes dead, with Malfurion dying. I mean, Diablo was also eliminated, but at least he had the souls to come back to this, but this is just not happening anymore. Stork and his boys play this too well. They kill Diablo again. A great game by Russia. Denmark with a valiant effort. Kudos for making this really interesting and close. But Russia just played this too well. The rotations were fantastic. Good traps, nice setups at the bot lane with the catapults and the siege giants. Really good camp control, and they take the series in advance to the semifinals. GG, and well played.